We are here at Animate Florida, and I am joined now by Julie Dolan. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
How does it feel to be here at Animate Florida this weekend?
Well, this is my very first convention.
Ever?
Ever.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm going to pull this out.
Yes.
I had no idea what to expect.
And?
I'm having the time of my life.
Oh, wow, that's great.
You know, it's not crazy crowded, so it's kind of a good training ground for me to get an idea of what it's going to be like when it is crazy crowded. So I'm having a good time learning what I'm supposed to do and where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there.
Absolutely. Like, Animate is a really good place to be, and I'm so glad this is your first convention. Welcome, and we'll try to make this as easy on you as possible.
Okay.
Well, we normally do. So obviously, you are a voice in Star Wars. You are Princess Leia.
Yes.
Which is so exciting.
Yes, it is.
And what was it like getting the role of something so iconic?
Well, you know, it's interesting. In your life, you never know what choices you're going to make is going to get you to the next job, which is going to get you to the next job. It's like all roads lead one way, you know. So I started out as a dancer and an actress when I was a kid. And as a dancer, I would be in those costume characters like at theme parks. Chucky, I was Chucky from the Rugrats. I was Bigfoot, Littlefoot from Land Before Time. I was Fievel from Fievel Goes West. And then I would start doing TV and film in costume. So I was doing movies with big costumes on, and every once in a while they would say, "Oh, can you just do a voice?" Sure, I'm an actor. I can. What do you need? Well, we just need this little tiny flower to talk. Oh, okay. So what does a flower sound like? You know, and you would make up a voice. So things like that just kept escalating. My sister said, "You should pursue voice acting." No, that's a whole new ball. No, I'm a dancer, I'm an actress. I don't want to start a whole new career. She said, go to a class, get a demo, send it out to an agent. Oh my God, I got to start from scratch. So I did. I went to a class, I got a demo, boom, I got an agent, and then I booked a national commercial. And then I started looking at animation. I started getting scripts for animation. One of the scripts that came in was a Princess Leia script. And my agent called me and said, "Can you sound like Carrie Fisher?" And I said, "No, I don't even know what she sounds like." "No, Princess Leia." I said, "Oh, I don't know." So they sent me the Obi-Wan Kenobi speech from the very, very first movie, the General Kenobi. "Years ago, you served my father," from that, you know, when she's the hologram.
Of course.
So I said, and they sent me the recording so I could listen to it and try to match it. And as a voice actor, when you try to match a voice, you're trying to match the rhythm, you're trying to match the pitch, the emotion. So it takes a long time to try to get into her voice. And after going over it, and my husband coached me, he'd say, "Okay, a little lower. Okay, a little faster there. Okay, you're not getting it quite right." We finally recorded it, sent it in to my agent. She sent it in to whoever, and we didn't know what. They don't tell you what the project is. We had no idea what it was for. So they sent it in, and they called me in to go to Disney Imagineering, which is a studio. They said, "You have a callback." Oh my God, okay, what do I do? And they said, "You're gonna go to the studio," and they've hired a vocal coach, because I don't know if you remember in the movie, she had that accent, that kind of English accent that was not, it kept going in and out. They wanted you to sound like, exactly like what she sounded like in the movie, so we went and recorded it. And then what they gave me, the dialogue they gave me wasn't exactly quite like the speech. I was talking to star speeders, and I've put something in your ship, and I thought, this sounds like it's for a ride. And then I realized they were redoing Star Tours at Disneyland.
Right.
That's what it was for.
And you voiced that as well.
And I voiced that. That was my very first Leia. And then they put it in Disney World, and they put it in Tokyo, and it's going in Paris this year, I think. Yeah, this year, next year. And so that was like my one job as Leia. And then a few years later, I get a call to come in with Dave Filoni, who directs and produces Rebels. And they said, "We just want to try you out for a little project." And they put these little dots all over me, and it was the motion capture.
Oh, wow.
What am I doing? So we went into the studio. I did a scene with R2-D2, and I mean, they're not really there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, R2-D2 and C3PO. of course, they're not really there. I have to fake that I'm looking at them. And they said, okay, thanks, we just wanted, what the heck was that for? And my agent said, I bet you that was an audition, because you haven't done Leia in a couple of years. So 2 weeks later, I get a call, okay, you booked Rebels, and come on in. I was blown away. Because at first I was not, yeah, of course I saw the movie back in 77 and 80, but I wasn't a Star Wars heavy-duty fan. So when I got the role of Rebels, I got all 6 movies, and I watched every single one over and over. And I got Wikipedia, and I studied Leia, and what does she want, and what are her beliefs. So I had to do it as a character study, so I could sound like I know what I'm talking about. So then I became a fan.
Clearly, you're wearing your Star Wars shirt
Yes,
today. It's so cute.
Yeah, thanks. So it was great to do that role. And then they called and I did some video games. And then they called and do another video game. And then they said, okay, we're going to do a new series called Lego Star Wars The Freemaker Adventures. And of course, you're Leia and that. Oh my God, this is awesome. And then they called me in for a video game and said, can you do current Leia? What do you mean current Leia? Well, from The Force Awakens. You mean Carrie Fisher, older Carrie Fisher, like now? Yeah. So I had to study like interviews that she was giving so I could hear that gravel in her voice and get it. I said, I'll do the best that I can, but I don't have that deep voice that she has. So apparently it worked because I've done a couple of jobs as current Leia.
Current Leia.
General Leia.
Yeah, of course. Have you had the chance to meet Carrie Fisher in person yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm sure I will. I mean, this is my first
Absolutely
convention, and I'm sure she'll be at a convention that I will be at, and hopefully I'll get to meet her.
I'm sure you will.
I voiced a role for Barbra Streisand. I know, and I don't even do Barbara.
I love Barbara.
You do. I just saw her in concert. She was
Oh my gosh, so jealous.
So there's a movie called The Guilt Trip that she played Seth Rogen's mom, and they needed her for looping, some just background voices, some things that they changing the lines on her. So they didn't want to bring her in, or she wasn't available, and they auditioned voice actors. And my agent said, can you sound like Barbara? No, I do not do Barbra Streisand, come on. And she said, well, they heard something in your voice and they want you to audition for the director. Okay, so I went to audition for the director, and it was me and one other girl, and she does a cabaret show, and she does Barbara, she does Judy Garland, she does Liza Minnelli, and I thought, oh, she's gonna get it. Of course she does. And the director said, so how long have you been doing Barbara to this girl? And she goes, oh, I've been doing it for years. I do Judy and this. And she looked at me and I said, 5 minutes? I don't do Barbara. But, so they brought me into a room and I read the lines along with the scene with Barbara so I could hear her gait, I could hear the rhythm. And after about 4 times, I started sounding like what Barbara sounded like in the movie. And it wasn't your typical, like, from What's Up, Doc? And it sounded like just a normal actress being emotional. And that's what they wanted, so they hired me. They said, we don't want a caricature, we want an actor. So that was amazing. And I did not meet Barbara.
No.
But she approved my voice.
Well, that's
she had to
awesome.
listen. I mean, she approves everything. She's a perfectionist.
Sure. She's Barbara Streisand.
Yes.
She's Barbara Streisand. I mean, so you didn't have to go and belt out Don't Rain on My Parade. That would have...
Thank God, no.
That would have been fun.
But she
too.
did sing that at the concert.
Really? Mm-hmm. I want to go see her so bad.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Barbara Streisand. So, I hate to go back to Star Wars. No, I don't.
No,
I'm kidding. I love going back to Star Wars.
We love to go back to Star Wars.
Okay, so Star Wars is one of my favorite rides. Like, I'm absolutely obsessed with it.
Really?
Yes. Are you kidding me? Like, once again, I live 3 hours away from Orlando. Like, I'm there all the time.
Now, there's so many different versions that
Yes.
Princess Leia doesn't always come up in the hologram.
Right. Like, there's like, I don't even know how many versions they said.
5,722 or something.
Right, like different variations.
Yeah.
So, have you ever had a chance to go on the ride?
They invited my agent and I the opening night. So we go on the ride, and of course, rides like that make me nauseous. But I'm going to sit through it anyway. So we were hoping we would get Leia because we heard that she's not always, in the ride. Sure enough, Leia comes up, and we're holding hands watching it, and the voice comes out, and I thought, oh my God, that doesn't sound like Carrie Fisher at all. It sounds like me. And my agent and I looked at each other and went, that sounds exactly like me. Her friend who was with her, didn't know me very well, said, oh my God, you sound just like Carrie Fisher. And I said, okay. So it's hard for yourself to hear what you sound like. So yeah, we did see it and we were blown away.
That's so fun, because I feel like every time I go on, I always get Jar Jar Binks, like every single time.
Yes.
I'm like, really, here he comes again. But
well, next time hopefully you'll get Leia.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Like, and now that they're expanding that too, they're expanding the Star Wars.
Be the rebel spy.
I've been the rebel spy.
Oh,
I feel
have you?
I've been the rebel spy.
Oh.
That happened my first time I went on the ride, and
That's
now every time I go back, I'm like, I'm ready for my rebel
Close-up.
Never gotten picked again.
Oh, that's so cool that you got that.
I know.
Yeah, now there's Star Wars Land in.
Right.
Yes, I haven't done anything for that yet, but they told me that I would probably do some voices for
Well,
that.
I would
probably
hope so.
Leia. I would think.
Yeah, I know.
It's under construction here.
Yes, it's supposed to open what, in like
They
a
took
couple more
out
years.
all of
The back lot.
yeah, the backlot tour stuff.
Yeah.
And they're
Oh.
Star Wars on there.
I mean, it's gonna be
Star
like
Wars and Toy Story.
cute, and
Yeah.
Toy Story,
Oh,
right?
that's fun.
That's
Oh,
gonna
Toy
be
Story.
huge.
Well, we have Harry Potter. Do you have Harry Potter here? Yeah, of course you do. You were Harry. You had it first. Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, we can share. You can have Harry Potter too, have them here, you know, what's the difference?
Yes.
So you've also done live acting, and my favorite talk show host is Conan O'Brien. I'm obsessed with Coco for Show.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
what was it like working with Conan?
It's crazy. It's crazy when there's two ways you can work with them. You go in early and you record, you pre-tape, and then you go home. You spend a couple hours there and you go on location and you do the comedy skits. Or you get there early, you get in hair and makeup, and you wait, and then you wait for the audience to come in, and you do it live in front of the audience. That's a little scary.
I'm sure.
Because on pre-tape, if something happens, they can go back and redo it again. Live audience, you do it once.
I've been to a taping.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yes.
So you know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. It was like the best day ever. And we were there on a Wednesday, so they filmed like Wednesday and Thursday, I believe, the beginning of Thursday.
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
I'm not sure.
His opening monologue we got to see twice. So
Yeah.
that was really fun.
And a lot of times it will air that night, or it will air the next night.
Right.
I've done shows on Conan, an episode on Conan, where I still haven't seen it. It was
Really?
3 years ago. So, and a lot of times the writers are writing that morning. They're writing the skits. And sometimes my husband does a lot of Conan as well.
Oh, awesome.
And he'll go in and he'll tape something, and it'll never get seen. They just tossed it out. They didn't have time. It just depends on how much, they have guests on the show, and if the guests talk a long time, you lose the time for the skits. Saturday Night Live is like that too.
Right, they cut.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh man. So is your husband an actor as well?
He's
or?
an actor and a stuntman, and he works at
Oh.
Universal
Oh really?
in the Waterworld show.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys meet and know that you were both in the field? or
We
how did
met at Universal. He was in the Wild West show
Fun
as a
show.
cowboy, and I was a mouse in the American Tail show, dancing, and we used to see each other in the break room. And then we got cast in Halloween Horror Nights. You know the Halloween Horror Nights? Mm-hmm. So we were on New York Street together. When the tram would come by, we'd go down and scare them. So the tram goes and you go back up and you sit on your stoop and you wait and you chit chat and you get to know each other. And then we got cast in Knott's Scary Farm. At Knott's Berry Farm, they do a Halloween show. So we did a stunt show there together. And I'm not really a stunt person. I was a gymnast and a dancer, so I can do that a little bit, and they taught me how to do high falls. And because in Halloween Horror Nights, you get shot and blood goes everywhere. So you have blood pads either in your mouth or in your hand, and as soon as you get slashed by Freddy Krueger, you got blood coming out, and you've got to fly into the audience and land on a pad. So, yeah, that was
terrifying.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It's
Yeah.
really fun though. Fun but terrifying.
So we were in the car together driving down to Buena Park every day, and in LA there's so much traffic, so we were in that car 3 hours together every day. You get to know somebody really well.
Oh, I'm sure. Dang. That's so fun though.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And were you also in the movie Baseketball?
Yes, I'm telling you, these costume characters, I can't seem to get away from costume characters.
No.
I was supposed to do, I don't know what I was supposed to do in that movie, and they put me in a big, huge beer barrel, and I became the mascot of the South Park guys, their team. And so I worked every day, every time they were in the arena doing playing basketball, I would be there
In a barrel.
in a beer barrel.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Oh, you do? Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is. It's a good one. And I've not seen Book of Mormon yet, but I do want to.
I just saw it in New York last year. It's pretty amazing.
So it's as good as it. Well, I mean,
Yes,
it won
the
all the
Tony.
Tonys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, they need to share a little.
Yeah.
That's okay. They can have them all. But do any of you guys have questions? Any burning questions?
Who has
that you
any
have?
questions?
Anybody? Because trust me,
You're just enjoying the show, right? You're just having fun.
no, we're good. Trust me, I can talk all day, and I
too.
just we might as well keep talking then.
Any
Do-
questions? No. You're working.
No, she's doing a good job. She's been in here all day, manning the camera.
Yeah. Good.
Do you have any other projects coming up that maybe aren't?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to speak about them, or is this like
think.
on the top secret? Okay.
Well, it's funny that you say top secret. I think I could talk about this. Topps Trading Cards has trading cards.
Sure.
I just signed a deal where, and they sent them to me the day before I left for this. I have 500 little baseball cards that have Princess Leia on them. They're gorgeous. You saw them. They're kind of see-through, but they have these metallic silver flashes on them, and it says Princess Leia Organa, Rebel Sympathizer, and it's got my name on it.
Really?
And
She
I,
totally show you, but she left the phone downstairs.
Ah, way to
oh,
go.
I did, didn't I? And I have to sign all 500 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. And then in November, Hasbro designed an action figure based on the Rebels character, so that's coming out.
So you're gonna have an action figure. Oh my gosh, you
That's
have
so
to totally
crazy.
buy it.
That I will.
Go to the store and buy
I will.
yourself.
I'm gonna buy it
That's
and
me.
sign it myself.
I would just collect them all, have the
We're
card.
gonna go buy this.
Oh.
I'll sign it for you.
Well, I still think we have a little bit more time if there's anything else. Any like fun stories about getting to record for Star Wars Rebels?
Well, it was interesting. It was the first time I had ever recorded something that wasn't already on the screen that I was doing maybe looping for or dubbing. So I get into the room and the whole cast is there. And we all have our microphones and we have our scripts in front of us. And it was sort of like doing a play, like a play reading, because everybody's there and you do it in chronological order. And Ezra was next to me, so we would look at each other, and the microphone was up, but we would relate to each other. So it felt like I was doing a play. And I noticed this camera was on me, this little tiny camera they put on a tripod. And I kept looking up, going, what's going on? Why is the camera on me? Oh well. And we did the whole episode. And afterwards, I said, what was that camera for? They said, oh, we're recording your movements and what you look like, so we can design what Leia is doing while you're. Oh my God, had I known, I might have maybe done a little more Leia. You know, I might have studied her moves. Oh, I did study the moves, but I didn't exactly implement them. And I had no idea that they draw from from your reading.
So maybe they just wanted to see it naturally, like how it would come up naturally. Like, so you would have done it differently had you known.
A little bit differently. A little bit the way she cocks her head and the way she speaks to people, and maybe more of the body language when she gets a little sassy.
That's so interesting.
Maybe they just wanted a more relaxed version.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out.
Chill, Leia.
Whatever they did, it worked.
Yeah, that's so cool. So you do record in a group setting?
This time we did. I don't know if all shows are like that. And then when I went back to do pickups, where we had to change a word or I had to say it differently, nobody else was there. And then for Legos, the Freemaker series, the girl that plays, come on. Oh, you guys don't watch the show, okay. She's the lead in the show. She and I were there together because we had all of our scenes together, so it was just the two of us.
See, it's interesting because, like you said, it's not always the same. Like, mostly hearing about people dubbing for anime with, like, the lip flaps, they mostly do it by themselves.
Yes.
But, you know, hearing
I did a lot of
something
anime.
Oh, yeah?
And,
Okay.
and that was my training. And that's hard because you're watching the screen, you're watching their mouths move, you're looking at your script. I had an like headphones in where I was listening to it in Japanese and then trying to say it in English and watch and make sure I would stop when they stopped. So the best thing to do is to memorize the script as much, memorize each line so you're not trying to listen and watch and, it's kind of multitasking.
Yeah, it sounds pretty complex.
Yeah.
Because Japanese and English don't always match up.
No, but the writers will they'll translate it so it will fit as best as possible. A lot of times it won't fit the way the actor speaks. If, they might change a line or two right there during the session.
What anime shows have you had the opportunity to
I was
film?
on Cowboy Bebop,
Oh,
but just one time, and it was some random part, secretary
that's
part.
cool. Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. And then there was a couple other ones that I don't even know what they were.
Okay.
I don't know the names of them. Nothing famous.
I'm sure they were great though.
Yeah, I
And I'm sure you were
watched
great.
them. They were fun. I was curious to see how it would translate from Japanese to English, and it sounded great.
Is that something maybe you'd look in the future to do more of?
I've already been approached
Oh,
by
have
some
you?
people downstairs, and I'm
Oh,
going in to do some of their stuff.
So you're saying Animate is kind of like a networking opportunity as well?
Animate, yes, animate.
Ooh, that's great.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
that's so fun.
Yes.
Are there
So
any-
next time I may come back as an anime
Oh my
character.
gosh.
You never know.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Has there been any voice actors here that maybe you've been a fan of and not had the chance to meet yet?
Well, Kat Tabor, who was Star Wars, and she played
Yeah.
Padme in Clone Wars, played my mother. I always wanted to meet her, and I never got to meet her.
And now you met your mom.
And now I met my mom, and we're good friends.
She was very sweet too.
Yes. Yeah.
And are there any other Star Wars voice actors this weekend?
There's David Acord
Okay.
and Matthew Wood.
Oh, Dana, you did voices.
They do a lot of different things. Plus, they also do the sound editing, the mixing, for the behind the scenes for all the movies. So I was happy to meet them and hang out with them and be part of when we did the Star Wars panel.
Oh,
got to be
yeah, you
part
did
of
have
that.
the
That's
Star
my
Wars
first
panel.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did they give you good questions? Any questions that
They
stumped
asked
you?
questions about acting and how you got started and what is it like to be a voice actor. I can't answer a lot of questions about Star Wars and all the episodes because I've only done a handful of things with Star Wars. But if you want to talk about the voice acting and how I got into it and being an actor and what you should do if you want to do that, pursue that, that was where I was coming from.
That's so fun. You're going to be part of a Star Wars panel?
I know.
How many people get to that?
It's all surreal.
So this is your first solo panel then? Or is it your first one solo? Oh, yay! This is great. I'm glad I get to be a part of it. And so far, so good. I mean, this has been a good time. And I'm sure everyone on the YouTubes is really going to enjoy it as well.
Yeah, good. I hope so.
Any other questions? Or ooh, now we got questions. Did you have a question, sweetheart?
The Madhouse show? Loud House. Well, they're downstairs actually. Lori Loudhouse is here. If you want to go meet her.
It's her mom, actually. Well, right? Is it Kat?
Cat's Lori.
Catherine's Lori, right.
Cat's Lori Loudhouse. Lori Loud.
She's here.
I'll tell her you said hello.
Mini Batman. Batwoman.
Yes.
Came out in an episode of Dexter.
I did. Okay, who's been doing research on me? Oh, you're so funny. I got cast in Dexter and was killed. I was what they call a black widow, and where I marry men for their money and then kill them. So Dexter thought,
Now she's gonna
well,
go home and find that episode and see it. Yeah.
it's called Return to Sender. It was, I think, season 2? Season 2?
How was it working with him?
He's great. He's great. The director was Tony Goldwyn, who, if you remember the movie Ghost with Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze, he was the guy that was kind of the bad guy. And I was a fan of his, and then I spent the day with him being directed by him. So yeah, they had to wrap me in plastic, and I got my face slashed and my throat slashed.
What was it like having to do a scene like that? Like getting murdered? Ooh,
Well,
kind of
you didn't
scary.
see the murder. You didn't see the murder. I had no problem
Sure.
being murdered by Freddy Krueger. I'm laying on a slab, and the camera is right on my face, and I'm begging for my life. So it was an extremely emotional scene. So you don't see me get killed.
Ooh, I just got
It was
chills. Oh man, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
It's a quick scene. I mean, I have like 2 lines, and then I'm dead. Yeah.
Yeah, we just wanna-
Yeah.
What about you? Did you have a question?
I was going to ask you if you could be on any reality/TV game show, which would you be on and why?
Well, I would have to. I have always wanted to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
But you have to be a star to be on Dancing with the Stars. You know, you have to.
Yeah,
You have to.
You're like
They should have a Dancing with the Stars at Animate, you know, like a little contest.
Oh my gosh.
Mike.
I know. I'm gonna text
Mike
Mike right now.
We want to have Dancing with the Stars, and the celebrities and the people autographing can come up and dance with the contestants. The
going
fun.
to text Broder this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So and because I'm a dancer, I would love to. Well, ex-dancer. It's been years. I haven't done it. I don't dance professionally anymore.
I guess we'll see it next Animate.
Yeah.
But that'd be fun. But I think it would be fun to do that.
What would we have instead of a mirror ball trophy? Like, I guess we could use a little super con Mike little guy, a little Lego.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, money. People always like money.
Of course. I love that. I love Dancing with the Stars. Are you watching the season so far?
I haven't had time to watch it. No.
Ooh.
We just started, so you're not that far off.
Yeah, I think it's like
Okay,
2
good.
weeks in.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
2 or 3
Well, I have to catch up on that and Once Upon a Time because you turned me on to that.
And we've had a lot of people here from Once Upon a Time also at SuperCon.
Oh,
and
nice.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Do you guys have any more questions? Go for it.
Well, it started because I was doing these costume character jobs as a dancer, and they were children's shows. And every once in a while, somebody would say, "Oh, could you just do a voice for us real quick?" And because I'm an actor, I just thought, I guess I could. What do you want? And they would, say, "Oh, you're this, rock. Can you sound like a rock? The rock has to." Okay, what does a rock sound like?
Like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, or just like an actual rock?
No, like an actual rock.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like like an animal, like a teddy bear. So it started out that way, and like I said earlier, my sister said, you get all these voices that people keep asking you to do. Why don't you pursue that? You're an actress. Why don't you pursue voice acting? And I just thought it was a whole new career that I would have to start from scratch, and I just didn't want to do it. And she said, go to a class, get a demo, send it out to an agent. So I went to a voiceover class, and basically it's an acting class. But they teach you about the microphone, and they teach you about how to get your point across through your voice, because you can't, you're not seen. And I took the class. He recorded a demo for me. I sent it to an agent, 2 agents. One of them called me. I signed with her and booked my first job was a national OnStar commercial. Remember the OnStar commercials?
The car?
The car, where they, people are driving and they get into a ditch and they press, OnStar, can I help you? I'm stuck in a ditch and I need help. And they send somebody. My commercial was with Tiger Woods. For the first one, he locks his keys into his car, and so I unlock his car for him. And Jeff Gordon, who's the race car driver. And I thought, oh my gosh, I made the right decision. This is awesome. And then I started booking other things, and then the Princess Leia job came around. But I gotta tell you, I do a ton of auditions to get that one job. I'm doing auditions every day. I finally had to set up a microphone and a little home studio, because when your agent calls you, you gotta drop everything and get to her studio and record. And then she sends the audition to the producers or the clients. After a while, I'm like, God, all I'm doing is dropping what I'm doing and running into, and I have a job, and I go on other auditions, so it's hard to always get into her office. So I set up my own little home studio. And I can do it at midnight, I can do it at 7 in the morning, I can do it whenever. As long as the gardeners aren't out in front and the dogs are barking.
Right.
Oh my God, in the morning, it's like dogs barking, gardener, and I'm not in an isolated booth, so I'm like, shut up, I'm trying to record an audition.
If only the dogs knew. Come on, dogs.
We have a neighborhood full of dogs.
Oh, really?
Oh, and I have a dog. I have a big pit bull who barks all the time.
Aww. Did you see the dogs downstairs?
No.
There's dogs that are available for adoption that are downstairs. We have some rescue dogs. Yeah, we got to hold them earlier.
Before you leave, you can check.
They're
Okay.
the cutest little things you've ever seen.
Oh, I bet.
You're gonna try to leave with
Yeah,
them,
I am.
Yeah.
I will.
Well,
A couple people have left with some.
Oh, good.
That's good. I'm glad
Good.
you found. Oh, good.
Alex Kingston came last time. Her and her daughter took them home.
Aw, well, that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to plug or tell us about before we wrap this on up?
Well, I've got to tell you, I had the best time
Oh,
in the
so
world,
glad.
and you're awesome.
Oh, thank you. You're awesome.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. No, just my Twitter. You can follow me on
Sure.
Twitter. Just call me Leia. That's what
Very
my Twitter
clever.
handle is. And Instagram is Julie M. Dolan. And the Topps trading cards, I'm going to advertise those. And I have an autograph store, for autographs from theautographedog.com. So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
One more time, Julie Dolan, everybody. Woohoo!
Had fun.
Yeah.